Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Fairfield County Council meeting on this day, July 13th, 2026. At this time, would everyone rise and let's pledge allegiance to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now may I get an approval of the agenda? It's been motioned and seconded that we approve the agenda. If there's no questions, all in favor say aye. Opposers nay. Let the record show 7-0. Now we will have invocation by Councilman Pauly.
Let us pray. Our Father, we ask for your prayers in watching over this council, that we will make the decisions that is best for Fairfield County. We ask for your prayers in everyone that's here tonight, that they will arrive home safely. And we also ask that you keep the Williams family in your prayers. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Pauly. Now may I get the approval of the minutes on budget work session number 4 on 6/11/26 and the regular meeting on 6/22/26. The motion is second that we approve the minutes. If there's no questions, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposers, nay. Let the record show 7-0. Public presentation is none. Now we're down to public comment session. Dr. Robinson, do we have anyone signed up?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. Vivian Howe?
Good evening. I am Vivian Stevenson Powell. I am here to represent the citizens of Fairfield County and the Randy Sims Cancer Network. The concerns about data centers. There are growing concerns regarding several issues commonly associated with large-scale data centers, including 1, excessive water usage and strain on local water resources. 2, increased energy consumption and pressure on the electrical grid. 3, noise pollution from generators and cooling systems. 4, environmental concerns and carbon emissions. 5, limited long-term employment opportunities relative to the size of the project. 6, increased traffic and infrastructure infrastructure wear during construction and operation. 7, potential decline in property values for nearby residents. Land use concerns and the impact on rural and residential communities. In order to construct the new VC Summer reactors, we are told that they want to build data centers. In order to do that, we don't want to have the data centers coming into this Fairfield County. We feel that these concerns that we have would justify a lot of things that we do not need. And to bring all that in with the VC Summer, if they need that, then VC Summer we shouldn't have because of the cancer and other evidence of things that are happening with the people around that area in the neighborhood. Following is the Randy Sims Cancer Network point of view. Cancer is a major issue in Fairfield County. We do not want nor need the VC Summer nuclear plant to add any new reactors in Fairfield County, specifically Jenkinsville. We feel that the VC Summer nuclear plant has caused enough damage. We should not be considering using Fairfield County funds to purchase for data centers. We do not want data centers here in this county. So please be considerate of the Fairfield County residents, what they need, the income that will have to be coming, will come from the residents to have to pay for it unless you have money to do so otherwise. Thank you.
Gregory Ginyard.
Good evening. I'm Gregory Ginyard. I'm the mayor of the town of Jenkinsville. I'm also the president of Jenkinsville Water Company. My concerns here are data centers. There's rumors out that your guys are going in tonight to discuss purchasing property in the Jenkinsville area for data centers. The people in Jenkinsville, we don't want it. Bottom line, we don't even think it should be in Fairfield County, period. But the thing is, we are now living with one nuclear reactor that's been here over 40 years. A lot of people have come up with cancer from that, but we can't say it came from them directly. But now there's going to be 2 more nuclear reactors, and I've been on a tour out there. They came and took us on a tour of it. It's going to be 2 more nuclear reactors sitting there. We've got to live with 3 nuclear reactors. That's a done deal. We're pretty sure of. Nothing we can do about that. But we're trying to get in front of this data center. The data center saying it's going to use 1 million gallons of water a month just to cool it down. Where's this water supposed to come from? If you're saying pulling it from Lake Monticello, it's a recreational lake. What's that going to do to the fish, to the people that come out and swim and picnic around there all the time? Then, again, if they're going to dig wells, Jenkinsville Water Company supplies water to the Jenkinsville, Monticello, Dawkins, Blair, Feasterville, Shelton, Carlisle areas. We only have any surface water. We only use wells. So if they're going to dig wells to pull that much water from it, what is that going to do to the water table? We're asking you, council, to really be considerate of the people in the Jenkinsville community, the people in Fairfield County. We don't need data centers. The heat from it, the noise from it, the pollution from it. I think that the citizens in the western part of Fairfield County, we deal with enough from the nuclear plant, and we're going to be dealing with 2 more nuclear reactors sitting on top of us. We don't need anything else. So I'm coming to you tonight saying the research has been done. There's nothing really good about it. They're talking about the grid. You know, a lot of people are on co-ops, but the people, ones of us that live in Jenkinsville, in that area, that receive our power from Dominion, we have the highest electric bills now. What's that going to do when they add this other stuff on the grid? So we're here to say, please, be considerate. Do your homework, do your research, and let's be very considerate of the people in the Jenkinsville area. We do not want it. Thank you.
Joseph McBride.
Good evening. My name is Joseph McBride. I'm the pastor of Praise and Deliverance Temple in Jenkinsville. My concern is also the data centers. And as I've studied and looked at some things that have happened in the past, data centers come in and a lot of people are losing property. I myself and my family have lost a lot of property in Jenkinsville when the nuclear station came in. Right in our backyards, they took away pretty much everything from chicken coops to dog pens to hogs and those kinds of things. They took it away. Places that I used to go and hunt, they took all of that away. And now they're talking about a data center coming in the Jenkinsville. And from what I've heard, there is a 300 acres that they're looking for. Don't know where it's going to come from, but I've also seen where when the nuclear station came in, they took away houses from people. They moved houses to different locations. And what I'm thinking about is, if it comes in and they start taking property from people, our air property, what's going to happen to our children? Some things that I've purchased some property that I plan to leave to my heirs. What am I going to be able to leave if they take it from certain areas, and particularly if they take it from mine? That might be a little bit personal, but from my area, just thinking about that, and other people, I've seen how they've taken away property from people, and they can do nothing about it. We got nobody really to fight for us, but you. We ask that you will fight for us, and that you will say no to this data center. We don't need it from all the. As a matter of fact, when they talked about the cancer research, my wife died of cancer. It was very, very rare, but she died from cancer, and a lot of people in the Jenkinsville area are dying from cancer. With all this emissions that's going to come from the data center, we don't need that kind of, we don't need those kinds of sicknesses in the area. We don't need it in Fairfield. I know many of you live in Fairfield, or all of you should. We don't need that. You don't need it. Your families don't need it. So I'm asking that you please take in consideration to cause this data center to go elsewhere. Again, because we simply just don't need it in Fairfield County. We definitely don't need it in Jenkinsville, and I'm asking that you would please take that into consideration. Thank you.
Yvette Howard.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of Fairfield County Council. Tonight, I ask that you put the people from Fairfield County first. Across the country, counties that welcome large AI and hyperscale data centers are now dealing with consequences they did not fully anticipate. Residents report consistent industrial noise from the cooling systems and generators, enormous demands on water and electricity, years of construction, traffic, and the permanent loss of farmland and rural character. Here in South Carolina, counties are taking notice. Newberry County rejected a proposed data center and adopted a moratorium. Spartanburg County is considering a moratorium after hundreds of citizens voiced concerns about noise, water use, air quality, and transparency. Collington County continues to face legal challenges over zoning changes tied to a proposed data center. These counties are not anti-business. They are simply trying to tell you to take the time and consider the long-term consequences before making permanent decisions. Fairfield County, of course, should do the same. Our county's strategic plan recognizes citizens' concern about the tremendous demands data centers have on water, electricity, the relatively few jobs they create, and the importance of protecting our natural resources and rural character. Our county also carries a higher cancer death rate than the South Carolina average. While there is no evidence that data centers themselves cause cancer, our families have already experienced enough loss. That is one reason to carefully protect our water, air, and quality of life as we consider major industrial projects. The decision that you make here tonight will affect Fairfield County for generations. Once farmland become industrial land, once new substations and transmission lines are built, and once our rural landscape is changed, there is no going back. And I speak as the Secretary of Fairfield County Branch NAACP.
Angie Brewer.
Hi, good evening. I'm Angie Brewer. I'm the Executive Director of the Council on Aging here in Fairfield. Thank you for the opportunity to address the council. I want to tell you about some information that we've recently experienced, a funding shortfall that happened unexpectedly. The majority of our Meals on Wheels funding is through contracts, and June 1st, we learned that the funding for these Meals on Wheels had been cut. Our contractor releases funding to us in 6-month increments. In the last funding cycle, we received the funding to serve 180 clients, but in June, that number was reduced, and it allows us to only serve 140. The Council on Aging has received several other grants and have been using those grants to cover some of this shortfall. However, the grants are running out, and we are faced with the difficult decision of cutting clients from the roster. The cost of keeping these clients on the program is between $11,000 and $12,000 per month, and the agency simply does not have the funding to support these costs long terms. Last week, we sent letters to 43 clients to let them know that their meals would stop on July 31st. So some of these clients who only get one meal a day or only one visit from somebody a day will not see someone. We know this was a heartbreaking decision, and it is not one that we wanted to make, and it was not one we took lightly, but we had no other options. So I stand here tonight before you to request that Council request filling the funding gap for these Meals on Wheels and allow us to continue these much-needed meals for our community seniors. Thank you.
Randy Bright.
Randy Bright, Ridgeway, District 1. Last week, I was very pleased to see and attend a fact-finding session facilitated by Representative McDaniel and attended by the majority of council. It was an extremely informative session. And to me, that demonstrated at least some in the county were getting ahead of what could be a disastrous situation. The presentation emphasized one key aspect to address the invasion of data centers, and that is be prepared. And frankly, Fairfield is not prepared. And I can see that already. We're starting off down the data center line of an all too familiar path that many municipalities and states have regretted they've taken. And that starts with an executive secret NDA-filled session to present the data center in a halfway to the public. That particular worst-case scenario is followed with millions in incentives from the state and local government to give to a large corporation. And what do those municipalities get in return? They get a scaled-down, scout-like scraping of the environment for construction. They get a tab for increased infrastructure, both roads, medical, first responder, energy. Then they get a tab for all the other pollution, whether it's been listed before, from light pollution to water pollution to water draining of our water supplies. It's a bad deal unless you're prepared. And the only way to be prepared is to conduct studies extensively and be prepared to take advantage, if there is an advantage, because all you get is a handful of jobs for people that probably won't or don't live here. 1 year moratorium to conduct these studies, like states across the nation are already enacting in response to the misery that data centers can bring. In response to the misery that data centers bring, there's dozens and dozens of municipalities and counties that have enacted, and locally enacted, moratoriums. A 1-year moratorium so that we can do it right. Thank you.
No one else signed up to speak, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Now we're down to public hearing. There's none. Ordinance, resolution, and orders. Third and final reading of ordinance number 855. Dr. Roberts, if you would, please.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. An ordinance to consider the request to amend the Fairfield County Land Management Ordinance Number 599 and the related zoning map to provide for the rezoning classification from R1 Single Family Residential District to RD1 Rural Residential District to allow for farming operations. Tax map number 120-00-01-035-000, located at 2826 State Highway 215, Blair, South Carolina, owned by Double P Holdings LLC. Note, the Fairfield County Planning Commission approved this rezone request.
Council, can I get a motion? Been motion and second that we approve ordinance number 855. Seeking questions? Prepared to vote. All in favor? Opposes? Let the record show 7-0. Now in resolution number 2026-07. Dr. Roberts.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. A resolution by Fairfield County Council to amend the agreement for the development of a joint industrial and business park between Kershaw County and Fairfield County, the park, to remove all TB Kawashima USA Incorporated parcels located in Kershaw County from the park.
Council, can I get a motion? A motion and second. Any questions? Prepared to vote. All in favor? Let the record show 7-0. Nays, 7-0. Okay. Board and commission minutes, none. Board and commission appointments, none. Old business, none. New business, consider request from Fairfield County Council on Agents. Mr. Carpenter.
Mr. Chairman, members of council, as Ms. Brewer previously stated, there has been a situation that has occurred in the Council of Aging with their funding for the Meals on Wheels program that they provide to the citizens of this county. It has been requested by members of council that we discuss this with the eye on what possibly the county could do to aid them in this process. I will let the council know that I have a meeting with Ms. Brewer tomorrow morning to go more into details and a better understanding of the situation as well. So with that, if you have any questions for me or turn it back over to y'all.
Any question, council? All in favor?
Hold on. Mr. Chairman, I'm going to read a statement or an email that I received from a citizen, and then I'm going to make a statement in reference to Fairfield County Council on Aging. I want to start off by commending Mrs. Angie and her staff for doing everything that they can do for the senior citizens of Fairfield County. I also want to give thanks to all the volunteers that take meals every single day to these senior citizens. We really do appreciate the volunteers that do this. In this email, I won't read the whole email, but I will read a little bit. And it states, "Dear Mr. Pauly, many hear Meals on Wheels and know it is a program that provides nutritious meals to senior citizens. But what most people do not realize is that it is more than a meal. Almost 90% of deliveries are completed by volunteers in the community. It is a way to give back and support the elderly in the community. It is also a welfare check and socialization for both the meal recipient and the volunteer who delivers it. The volunteers can see if the senior is not their normal self. This will put in action the out-of-town family to be called. So it is, again, more than a meal." When the Fairfield County Council on Aging announced that it no longer had the funding to continue operating the Meals on Wheels program at its current level, Fairfield County Council immediately began looking for ways to help extend the program while working toward a long-term funding solution. Meals on Wheels is more than a meal delivery service. It provides nutrition, promotes independence, and offers an important connection for many of our senior citizens. County Council recognizes the value of this program and its impact on the health and well-being of seniors throughout Fairfield County. To help prevent interruptions in service, the county has worked with the Council on Aging to identify ways to provide short-term assistance while pursuing more sustainable funding options. However, it is important to recognize that Fairfield County cannot continue to permanently supplement the program. Long-term sustainability will require securing available state and federal funding that is specifically intended to support services such as Meals on Wheels. Fairfield County remains committed to working with the Council on Aging and other funding partners to identify the resources needed to ensure the future of this valuable program. Our goal is to help protect the essential service while ensuring it remains financially sustainable for the seniors who depend on it. And with that being said, Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion of $50,000 to give to the Council on Aging if Mr. Carpenter and the Finance Committee can find $50,000 within this year's budget to give to the Council on Aging.
I second it.
Okay, it's been motioned and second that we give the administrator and finance the ability to look through our present budget to come up with $50,000 to help the Council on Aging. Are you prepared to vote?
I think it's in discussion.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. How many, I guess the question I have is how many meals are currently, is it one meal per day for 5 days a week, but not 7 days a week? So we temporarily went to 7 days a week back when the COVID money, but we're back on 5 days a week right now. Is that correct? Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
No, just a comment. I want to echo what Mr. Pauly said. The Meals on Wheels is a valuable asset to all of Fairfield County and very much needed. Appreciate what y'all do and all the volunteers. That's just so, and it is right, it's a connection between the volunteers and the people that receive the meals that quite often don't see many people during the week, and that's another huge asset and big part of it. So I'm just hoping, I'm definitely in favor of supporting that and hoping we can find a solution long-term too.
Okay, if there's no more questions, all in favor? Opposes? The record shows 7-0. Now we're down to item B, private road name request, Paulins Drive, Ridgeway, South Carolina. Mr. Carpenter.
Okay. I'll let Mr. Burrows kind of address this issue.
Yes, good evening, Council Chair. This is a council briefing to name a private road in the Ridgeway area, Paulding Drive. It will become a privately maintained road with a road sign, Paulding Drive, but this does not make it eligible for county maintenance. So this is just for you guys to vote on adopting this road name. It was, I think this came in 2023 originally, and then for some reason did not make it to you guys to vote on it.
Can I get a vote, motion, council? Make a second. Can you get a second? Okay, motion second. Question, Paul?
And just for, in it, all the property owners had to agree to the maintenance of the road and all that.
Yes, and they had to agree to the naming of the road as well.
Right.
And it's currently a county road now?
No, it's currently like a common drive.
Okay.
That's going to be now a private road with a name.
Let the record show 7-0. Now we down to the county administrative report. Mr. Carpenter, if you would.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to ask Mr. Lathrop to come up and give an update. County staff had the opportunity to spend time with our representative, Annie McDowell, with Ms. Bonnie Ammons. Oh, I'm sorry, Annie McDaniel, my apologies. And representatives to discuss funding issues for the wastewater treatment plant. It was a very positive meeting, very good meeting, and it's good to see our representatives in Columbia engaged with this issue. Ms. Lathrop.
4-point update. The survey has recently been completed, and that information is now being analyzed by the engineers to determine the outfall path for the effluent that goes from the treatment plant to the river. Number 2, the biological treatment method for the plant has been determined after considering several options. We've selected what's called the open ditch method, which is basically a large concrete basin with radial concrete baffles that promote the flow of the effluent through the system. This system was selected excuse me, based on information gathered through site visits, technical seminars that I have attended, input from our design team at GMC, and feedback from other owners and operators. Additionally, our site on Rich Tex Road allows for flexibility of the location of the plant. Number 3, Mr. Carpenter, Mr. Gilbert, and Ms. Broadwater, Mr. Clausen, and Mr. Chapman, Mayor of Winsboro. We attended the meeting that Mr. Carpenter just mentioned. And in that meeting, we discussed possible funding sources for the plant. So the initial projections are now in the range of $85 million, of which we have approximately half. Number 4, we plan to be at 30% design completion by August of this year, 90% by March of next year, and these milestones and others can be located on the wastewater treatment plant dashboard, which can be found on our county's website. Any questions?
Any question, council?
I do. Where are we going to get the other half from?
Well, Mr. Rogers, that's what we're doing. We're working with the state. We're working with the federal government. Right now, we've got a large grant process we're going through with the federal government. Right now, the EDA that would significantly close the gap, working with Ms. McDaniel and Ms. Ammons for funding from the RIA, which provided the funding for the current project that's finishing up as well. And so it's going to be piecemeal together. We have about $45 million in the bank right now. And then with the money that we are already looking at, we're probably getting closer to 80 million. So then closing that last little bit. But it's going to come from multiple sources.
Well, you 90% complete by March of 27,
The
but not the thing.
No,
The
no,
plant would be completed in 29.
Okay. Thank you.
it's probably a 2-year construction period for the plant.
Any other questions?
Any other
council?
questions?
On the wastewater thing?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And Mr. Chairman, if I could, there's one other item I want to share with council. As I think most citizens are aware, our Senator, Lindsey Graham, passed away very unexpectedly over the weekend. And that will affect us in some ways. I wanted to let the council know the process that will be followed to secure his replacement. The governor had a press conference, I didn't get to see it, where he announced an interim, so he has selected who will fill his seat until a special election can be held. The special election will then elect a person statewide to serve the remainder of the term through December. The general election in November will select the person who will fill that seat for the next 6 years after that. So essentially what's going to happen is early voting will be held August 5th through the 7th for the primary and tentative dates of August 19th and the 21st for a runoff. Filing for the office will open on Tuesday, July 21st, and this is for the special election, and end at noon on Tuesday, July 28th. We did not anticipate this election. We did not budget for it, obviously. You can't budget for something like this. So we're going to have to be training our workers again, getting our machines prepared. We're going to be having to work with our school district as a number of precincts are in schools. School will be in session. So we're going to have to work out the logistical details with them as well as churches that may be using for summer programs as well. So all precincts will be utilized for that. The state will pick up much of the cost of this, but not all the costs. We'll have to bear some of the cost ourselves. So I just wanted to let you know about that. Again, our staff is very good. The counties I've worked in, this is probably the best staff I've had to work with on voting and voter registration process. They're on top of it. They're ready to handle it. But I just want to let you know kind of the dates that would be happening, and it'll be happening very quickly. So if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
Any questions, Council? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now we're down to the Clerk of Council report. There's none. County Council time. Any councilman wish to say? Mr. Roof?
Yeah, I just want to say I've heard many people talking about the concerns on the data centers, and I very much understand that. I was here for when Representative McDaniel was here, and we had a couple hours discussion on it, and it was very informative. But we have a lot to learn and about all of that, and so I said the other day when at that meeting, and I'm still am, and I hope we're gonna look into this, is to place a moratorium for this, and that's something we've got to discuss and look into. But I think we need to be careful and prepared for what could come, and we just need to put the brakes on it if we, and so we're going to look into that for sure. Thank you.
Mr. Bell?
Ms. Howell, Mayor Ginyard, Pro Tem Mayor McBride, Ms. Howard, and Mr. Bright, we heard your concerns. They are our concerns as well. I want to dispel some of the rumors that are floating around there. Council is not going into executive session tonight to make the determination on data centers. Council has not granted anyone the authority to erect a data center in Fairfield County. There are people who are coming into the county buying a massive amount of property. I haven't talked to these people, but I'm aware of their purchase, so I don't know why they're buying it. What I ask the citizens to continue to do is to stay engaged, not just with county council, but with your state representatives. Because as most of you probably know from last week's discussion, we have no guidelines from the state concerning data centers. So instead of pointing at us about making the final decisions on data centers, please, please contact your state representatives as well. Because whatever they put into place as far as laws and regulations concerns are going to affect all of us as well. We are not hiding anything from anybody, and we have been cognizant of the possibility of Fairfield County being selected as a place for data centers, but we haven't officially, informally, or informally been contacted by any data centers. And I want to dispel all those rumors. Please trust us and believe what we are saying, that we have no knowledge about data centers coming here. There's a lot of discussion going on around the country and around our neighbors, Greenwood, Greenville, Spartanburg, Newberry, Aiken, all these areas are being approached, but we haven't been. We haven't been. And I understand your concerns, because if they're coming towards them and offering them deals or what have you, then the possibility of them offering us the same thing may happen, but it hasn't happened. We are aware of what's going on. We are looking, we are reading, we're researching, we're listening to the experts and to find out what is going on and what all these concerns are with data centers. So we're educating ourselves, and as we educate ourselves, we're going to educate you as well. Trust that. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, I'm just wondering, we couldn't do the Zoom meeting the other day, you know, like can we see about getting, something so we can have a Zoom meeting like we need to?
Ms. Farrington, I was talking with the chairman a little while ago about part of a robust understanding of data centers and discussion is having some town halls that we would sponsor and bring in. I think the people that were at that meeting that were giving presentations would be good to see if they would come in. And again, if this auditorium is not set up for Zoom, it can't do Zoom, so finding a place where we could do a Zoom, maybe the school district has places or some other facilities, and having those kinds of meetings for our citizens and our council to be involved. So yes, ma'am.
Thank you, and I want to agree with Dan and Carl. I am 100% in agreement with the year moratorium, so we can find out what's going on and set some guidelines so they're not going to cram it down our throat. We will have guidelines.
Mr. Gobach.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to echo that and thank the citizens who spoke up. Several of us have done a fair amount of research on these data centers, and you have identified all the issues that we're aware of. And the gentleman to my right was being a little bit humble. He has done a ton of research, and he has found really good information for counties and municipalities on how we should prepare for the possibility of data centers. And there are things like community benefits agreements with a data center company that outlines benefits for the citizens of the county. There are things that we can do to make sure that the risk versus benefit is tolerable if we decide to move forward with a data center. Also very much in favor of a moratorium, but just know that we are doing a lot of work on this subject, and thank you for your continued interest.
Picking about Ms. Swearingen turning her mic off. They turned mine off then, okay? but anyway, I wanted to personally thank Economic Development and Administration for completing the Zion Hill project. Y'all did a real good job of tearing down the houses, and I'm getting good feedback from that. Also, anybody know my platform? My platform is kids and seniors. So long as I'm on council, kids and seniors gonna eat if I have anything to do with it. So thank y'all so much for coming out and supporting the seniors.
Anyone? I wanted to confirm something that Mr. Bell says, that we have not been approached by anyone, to my knowledge, about data centers. We are aware of the fact that data centers are there, and it's possible that they come. But here again, we are doing our due diligence as far as doing studies and following up about data center. We will not make a decision without, getting as much information as we possibly can. So any rumors that you're getting that says that they are coming, we're not aware of it. And they can't come unless we are aware of it. So we're doing our homework. So thank you for your interest. But to assure you again, we will do what's right for you. Secondly, I'd like to announce to the public that we will not have a second council meeting on this month. Our next council meeting will be the second Monday in August. With that being said, now it's time for our executive session. Item A is receipt of legal advice and discussion of matters relating to the proposed location or expansion of an industry in the area served by Fairfield County known as Project Cone, pursuant to South Carolina Code 30-4-70AS. Item B is receipt of legal advice and discussion of matters relating to the proposed location, expansion, or provision of service to data centers in the areas serving by Fairfield County pursuant to South Carolina Code 30-4-70-A-5. Councilman, I get a motion to go into executive session? So moved. The motion is second that we go into executive session. If there's no questions, are you prepared to vote? All in favor? Opposes? Let the record show 7-0. We are now in executive session.